Hey everybody, today I'm going to talk about how to burnish your pottery to a high gloss finish. Now I've finished forming this little egg and it has a relatively smooth surface, but I want to go ahead and use a burnishing stone to polish it up to a high gloss finish to get ready for a pit fire, Sager fire, horsehair firing, or sometimes ferric chloride. It's just mostly for a low fire application technique. To be successful with this, you're going to need some type of high gloss burnishing stone. It's just gone through some type of rock tumbler. And some people also use like a spoon for starters. And to make sure that your pot or whatever you're burnishing has gone through the majority of its shrinking. Remember, most clays shrink 3 to 7% between plastic wet to bone dry. So you want something that is really stiff leather hard, that you can't make any dents or marks easily. And this is when we're going to start polishing. So I'm going to go ahead and move the camera over and get a close-up and start burnishing. Okay, here we are. I have my piece that's been formed. And I want to go ahead and polish this surface through burnishing. You can see this area here is quite matte. There's no reflective qualities whatsoever, as opposed to this egg I finished burnishing yesterday, this little rattle. And you can see how reflective it is. It's actually amazing that this sort of rough stoneware clay can be that smooth. It's amazingly smooth. So I'm going to go ahead and start with my burnishing rock. Remember, you can only get the surface of the object you're burnishing as shiny as the stone you're using, and so you want to pick a nice shiny one. And you know, rocks have different densities as well, so you want to figure out which rocks have the highest density. So I'm going to go ahead and just push. I'm pushing as much harder than you think you need to. You can start with a little circle, or you can go back and forth and really compress this surface into itself. Now this clay has done almost all of its shrinking, and so it's actually the perfect time to burnish. People can get really disappointed and they burnish early when it's still more a wetter leather hard. And they're very disappointed the next day when it does that last percentage or two of shrinkage and it's not shiny anymore. And you can see this whole area, it's really getting pretty reflective. It's looking pretty good. So I just like to turn my piece. See this area on top is dull, and just work this area until it's shiny. Again, you're just compressing the surface into itself. So you're pushing really, really hard to get this whole thing to shine up. Make sure your rock doesn't have any burrs or imperfections in it. You just want a nice, smooth, glossy surface. And it should be able to transfer right over to a nice, smooth, burnished stone. Again, this is going to be used for pit firing, horsehair firing, Sager firing, and sometimes ferric chloride. So there's all kinds of uses to burnish, and it can be a really, really beautiful surface just in its own right. Look how shiny, it's beautiful. Okay, happy burnishing, everybody!